like Mick said, my bullet point number 4 is to have fun. It's not the World Series in Major League Baseball. You're not going to be an all-star. It's just not going to happen tomorrow. Maybe someday. But if you go into the season treating your team or your players like you're going to go win the World Series, you're going to lose your kids pretty much right away. They're there to have fun, and they'll win. Those kids will win. They know how to win. They'll learn how to win. But you don't need to treat it like the World Series for them to understand that they have to win. They will have fun, and they'll have fun in their own way. Along the way, in the other 3 bullet points, think about how you can incorporate different games or strategies or engaging activities to keep those skills or practices fun. If it becomes a mundane activity, they're not going to want to do it, and therefore they will get better in that specific activity. I've been lucky enough to train here with EL1 for the last 2.5 years, and everything that we do, I think Drew can attest to this, there's a purpose or plan in mind with a specific goal or game or points or competition tied into every skill that we do to have the kids be engaged. The nights that we do not have success with the kids is where we just roll them up on the mound and have them throw in the net, and we're not really engaging with them or having them engage with the activity. So as we go through those other 3 bullet points, I put have fun and engage as bullet point 4, but really it's all 3 of them, all 4 of them. So think about how you can connect your personality, the kid's personality, into certain games or activities during your practices. I'll start with, so number 1, what skills to worry about and what not to. Pitching is throwing. We talk about that a lot in here when we're training. Pitching is throwing. And so the first couple weeks when we do pitching, we're really focused on throwing. If they don't know how to throw, they're not going to learn how to pitch. Right? If they can throw, they'll pitch. Right? So throwing is from shortstop to first, from outfield to the cutoff, from catcher to second base, pitcher to catcher. So a lot of your fundamentals, especially at this age, at this level, 8 to 12, what's the lowest age here? 8, 9? 8, 9, and then up to 12. Yeah, so right in that prime time, focus on their throwing. I know tonight is a pitching clinic, but really focus on their throwing. Focus on their throwing skills. If they can't throw, they won't pitch, right? If they can throw, then you can start working on specific pitching activities, and we'll get into that. Some specific pitching fundamentals that we'll talk about. Stride on line and firm glove side. So you see a lot of kids that will like to bail their head out like this. They're not balanced. They'll stride this way. Right? Same thing with a hitter. If they are not striding on line, they're scared of the ball and they're going this way, they're never going to hit. They're just never going to hit. Right? So as a pitcher, we want to make sure that they stride on line to the catcher. It could be a little open, it could be a little closed, that's fine, relative, right? They're 8, they're 11, right? Relatively online, right? If it's not perfect, Max Scherzer is not perfect, right? Your 11-year-old is not going to be perfect, okay? So celebrate if they're here and you get them to get to here. Celebrate that win. Have fun with them about that. Congratulate them, right? High five, whatever it is.
Hey, on that note, it's repeatability, okay? The repeatability of that. To Josh's point, a proximity is okay. But if one is here and one's here and one's here, that repeatability is the ability to pitch. Same arm slot, same all details. As you progress, you will see that time and time again. If it's not repeatable, then they're throwing. They're not pitching. And then throw with intent. That's if they're warming up. It's really easy to say, go warm up, guys. And then go work on something else. And then you turn around and there's utter chaos going on behind you. Set expectations of what catch is at this age, because it's very important for every level you go up. Catch is not a free-for-all. It's to have fun. You can encourage that, but they need to be oriented and directionally doing the job, which is to repeatability, to all these things. They could practice pitching while having a catch, especially at this age. Right? Sorry, I just wanted to make sure that was part of
good
it.
point. See, I'm not going to have all the answers. You're not going to have all the answers, but collectively, we'll get there, right? Not everything that I say you might take away from tonight and go, I can't use that. That's fine, right? These are just tools for you to help maybe just this much. Firm glove side. So in order for someone throwing the baseball to get where the ball needs to go, they need to stay on line. The second thing for repeatability, like Mick was saying, is that their glove side needs to stay firm. So we talk about blocking up the front side, okay? So catchers, it's gonna be short. Middle infielders, right here by their face, short. Catchers, short, okay? Outfielders, they're gonna play long away from their face because they have to get their pendulums going, okay? Pitchers, it's not set in stone, right? Pitchers are going to learn what their arms are going to do, but they do need to block off their front side, okay? A lot of times you'll see this, right? This automatically leads to arm main leg, okay? So you want that front side above shoulder and closed off a little bit, okay? It doesn't have to be here, right? And you'll see some older pitchers, some big league pitchers, they'll get really close, and they've worked on that a long time. For your kids, if they're here, if they're looking over their elbow, it's a win. We call that closing off the front side or firm front side, okay? As they go to throw, we want to make sure that elbow tucks into their rib cage, okay? Not around or out. If we get this movement, the elbow is causing my shoulders to turn, and now my arm is late again, okay? If my elbow comes down to my rib cage, it allows my arm to play more out in front of my face instead of late. Okay, so elbow to rib cage, that glove side, that glove, whether they're a supinated, pronate, whatever it is, should tuck right in front of their chest, right? Not anymore outside their arm, outside their shoulder. Okay, so if I finish like this, you can see my shoulders have to bail out because my arm is going this way. Okay, so I want my front side blocked off, glove side finishes right here, and it allows my chest to stay more on line. Okay, this causes too much blocked off. Okay, so I don't really like here, although it's in front of the chest, it should be right in this window area. Blocked off here, so I can get my front side out to release point. Okay. Any questions about that?
So what if you're a coach and you're having a hard time figuring out why the ball's going either up here or down here? It seems to me that that's probably the front side, right? So how would you identify that?
Yeah, it's the number one cause at that age. So if the ball is high, so high and in or low and away. If it's low and away, the pitcher's late because his arm is dragged, or his arm's pulling this way, so he's cutting himself off and pulling it across like this. So down and away, or up and in, because my arm's late and I'm just releasing the ball. Okay, so if you see that, a really easy way to get your kids to do this: thumb down, the thumb out. It's really easy, and they'll get it. Within 2 or 3 practices, we had 8-year-olds that could get that. Do it without a glove.
Exactly. As I said, take the glove off, and that will really help them realize that.
Yeah. The glove can kind of be heavy, right? So especially when they're learning how to do this, just have them do it without a glove. Have them see thumb down to thumb out, and they can visualize that, right? So then thumb down to thumb out, elbow to rib cage, and it should tuck right in here. Okay. Any other questions about that?